In this video, we'll solve some problem. Our first problem is a car. A car of mass 2000 kg while descending with a velocity of 16 meter per second along a road inclined 30 degree with horizontal. The driver brought it to rest within 40 meter by applying brakes. How much opposing force was applied on the car? So first of all, we draw the whole concept. Suppose this is our inclined path and it creates an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal, and this is our car. Okay, so at that point it has an initial velocity v naught equals to 16 meter per second, and the mass of the car m equals to 2000 kg. Okay, we got this point from these two information, and it says that the driver brought it to rest with 40 meter by applying brakes. So when it come descending in that inclined path, the driver apply brakes and it try to brought it at rest after moving 40 meters. Suppose it stopped at that point, and this point to that point is 40 meter. Okay, and we have to find out how much opposing force was applied on the car. How much opposing force is applying on the car? This opposing force means the brake. When the brake is applied, so how much force it create. Okay, so this is the first of all whole concept, and we know when a object is moving in inclined path, so it is moving because of the component of mg sine theta. Okay, mg sine theta. Here our theta equals to 30 degree. Here our theta equals to 30 degree. So we can know. So we know the horizontal. We know the component along inclined path is mg sine theta, and when we apply brake, we act against this force. We act against this mg sine theta force. Okay, so our resultant force will be, so the resultant of two forces is equal to F of minus mg sine theta. Here F is the braking force we applied on the car, and mg sine theta is the force that helps this car to move this along with this inclined path. So this is the resultant forces F. Okay, so according to the work energy theorem, work energy theorem, okay, we know the total work is equals to the what should I say, is equals to the kinetic increase of kinetic energy. So increase of kinetic energy means half of m vf square minus half of m v naught square. Okay, here our work means force into displacement, and here our displacement is 40 meter. So this is our total force, resultant force, and this is our displacement 40 meters. So we can write F minus mg sine theta into 40, and here you can see our v naught is decreasing. So our v naught is greater than vf because this is the decreasing order, and our vf equals to 0. So for that case we will write v naught square minus vf square. Okay, because our v naught is greater than vf, because it happens in the, because we applied brake, so so it is in declared position. So the increase of energy, kinetic energy, will be half of m v naught square minus half of vf square. As at that point our car is not moving, it is at rest, so this whole term will be 0. So we can write only half of m V naught square. Okay, so we know the value of m and V naught is square, and now we have to find out only the f. So if I put all the value together, so I can write f minus m. The value of m is 2000 into 9.8, and our theta equals to 30 degree. Sine 30 into 40 mine equals to half of 2000 into 16 square. Okay, so this is the whole equation. If I solve the equation, then I will get the value of f equals to 16200 Newton. So this is the opposing force, or this is the braking force we applied on that car. Okay, so this is the solution of our first question. I hope you understand this formula. Now coming to the second question. The second question says that a bullet can penetrate a piece of wood if the velocity of the bullet is increased 3 times. Okay, how many pieces of wood that of that thickness can be penetrated? Suppose we take let the mass of the bullet equals to m, number of pieces, wooden pieces. No, first of all we find, suppose we take the thickness of wood. Suppose we take this as x meter. This is n kg and this is x meter. Okay, suppose that number of wood equals to n. Initial velocity v naught equals to v, and final velocity vf equals to 3v. We find out this. We take the initial velocity of v and we increase the velocity as 3 times, so our final velocity is 3v. Okay, now we have to use the formula of work energy theorem. So there is two scenario. A first scenario is a bullet penetrated a piece of wood, and the second scenario is a bullet penetrated 3 pieces of wood. Okay, so in our first scenario, according to the work energy theorem, we know total work. So total work means force into displacement. Here our force means the weight, not weight. The force means mass into acceleration. So mass into acceleration into displacement. Here our displacement is x meter. In our first case, we painted a bullet a piece of wood which has thickness of x meters. So we can write ma into x. This is our total work, which is equals to the change in kinetic energy or the increasing kinetic energy. So what is the change in kinetic energy? As it has the initial velocity of v, and after penetrating the bullet it comes to rest, so our final velocity is 0. So you can write half of m v square minus 0. Okay, because our final velocity is 0, so we can write this thing as in that manner. So we can write half of m v square. This is our first equation. Okay, we take this as equation 1. In our second case, it penetrated and suppose we let it penetrate anode when I increase the velocity of the bullet of 3 times. Okay, then at that time, suppose it penetrated anode, so the total thickness of the wood will be n into x. So this is our displacement. That will be our displacement. So the work will be ma, mass f into s. We know the work equals to f into s. So here f equals to m into a, the acceleration, into x, displacement. Here the displacement is n into x. We can write this in n into x, and as we know our value is increased by 3 times, so we can write, we will write 3v, and when it penetrates the and wood, it will come to at rest, so our final velocity will be 0. So we can write this thing as 9 by 2 and v square. So this is our equation 2. If I divide equation 2 with equation 1, then I will get, if I divide this thing, I will get n equals to, okay, I write this whole thing, m a n x divided by m a x equals to half of m v square divided by 9 by 2 m v square. So if I cut down all this thing, I will get and in right hand side I will get, is I cut 2 m v square, then I will get 9. So I find the number of wood. So the number of wood n equals to 9. So this is the solution of our second question. It says that how many pieces of wood of that thickness is x meter, or can be painted. So it can painted 9. Okay. So this is the solution of our second question. I hope you understand this problem. In our next lectures, we will solve another problem of this chapter. Okay. Please like this video and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.